Alrighty,
Go for it, sir.
here we go. So what I wanted to point out is that all the religions have all this like knowledge, and it's broken up amongst all these different religions. And it appears that little bits and pieces from each religion come together to paint us the entire picture. And I'm going to start off with an example, being that I'm in America and most of the people I see around me are Catholics or Christians or whatnot. I did a video where I used this brochure that was, they go door to door here in Florida, knocking on people's doors and dropping off brochures and stuff. And here, when you see these different symbols, like for example, you see the bell right there, and you see I put this ribbon over the face over here of Jesus, and some people might get offended by this, but you were told, worship no engraven images, no false idols, and then people run around with crosses in their hand and stuff like this. And what it turns out to be is that all the secrets are hiding in plain sight. For example, you go into a church and you kneel down to the feminine, and you place holy water on your head, and you do this flat earth motion like this. And you heard about these terms like the Holy of Holies, and you have a Christmas tree and all these different symbols. They're all telling you something. And you can see like the scarab beetle, that would be like Egypt. You see your birthday hat that you put on, you see your Christmas tree, and you see the Mayan calendar thing, and you see you take communion, all these things. It's like the same story over and over and over and over. They're telling you like the sun above your head is the light hole, and there's the black hole that was hidden from us. So this whole idea of Jesus and Satan and whatnot, it basically boils down to this imagery right over here. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. Now, the black hole has to be eating the light hole, and that's what we have candy canes for. So if you type into a Google search black holes, you'll see some black holes are just a black like bubble where it blocks out any light being seen visible behind it. It shows you absorbing everything, but then you see another picture of a black hole and it shows that it's eating something, and you see the candy cane coming off of it. So what I'm getting at is that if you type into your computer like a Google search black hole sun and you hit enter, here's a picture you see this picture right over here with the circle and the hook and the square. What I'm seeing here is it's the same story over and over and over again. At the center of the dish is where the light gets drawn into, and it's spit out as the astrailing light or astral light. And that's what you see with the question mark, and you see Shiva. You see the light preserver has the 4 rivers that go and feed into that hole. And Mount Meru is the invisible mountain. That's the exclamation point. Now, you see these gumball machines all around it. If you have any children, they're always, oh, get me a gumball. And you see over here that, it's like literally the same story over and over and over again. It's on all the symbols. I could go on for days with this stuff. And this was very important also. For everywhere I turn on YouTube, I see people calling this a satanic symbol. And what's funny is that clearly shows you 2 fingers up and 2 fingers down. That's telling you as above, so below, as within, so without. And the whole point of this video that I wanted to get across today was that it's not something that's complex. This is very simple to understand. When I say the division symbol, that's exactly what it is. A line, which is a flat plane, with a dot up top that goes around like this, and then there's the dot down at the bottom, which is fixed. It doesn't move. It has to stay fixed because the green astral jet has to come out the hole at the center of the dish. So the sun underneath, they showed you in the Pirates of the Caribbean, they showed in the Pirates of the Caribbean that they went down the vortex, and then they flipped upside down, and they popped out. And they were literally upside down. So when you see the division sign with a line and 2 dots, that's exactly what we're living on top of. And if we were to go in that hole at the center of the dish, when we popped out on the other side, we would literally be on the bottom half and would be like we were standing upside down. And, you know, they say that the deepest hole that anybody's dug into, like in Russia, was something like 12 miles down. And then they can't go any deeper because all the drill bits keep breaking and whatnot. And that tells me something. That tells me that they can't go any deeper than 12 miles because on the other side of that 12 miles begins the other side of the plane where you would end up digging in and literally pop. You can't do that because there's that barrier is you can't penetrate that barrier because it's like two universes.